Hey fellas, how you doing? Just finished talking to one of my neighbors. Um, he seems to be a little bit worried, and I'm going to talk to you today about two things. You know what? I'll just show you the first one. The first one is the dividend reinvestment stocks, and I'll turn you around so I can take you into the house and let you see that. We lost 30 whole dollars this week. So, all right, coming into the house room, there are some plants. There are some more plants. There are some plants. My wife uses them for, what does she call them? Cleaning the air or something like that. Okay. So there's some more plants here. Here it is. God, these message people, boy, get that hell off me. All right. So last week, we lost $30. So instead of this being $33,071, it's $33,041.58. Advanced Microsystems are down. Forward, the stocks are down, but it's not really anything to get too excited about. So I want to get to the meat and potatoes while I'm talking to you here on Saturday. I've probably had. I'm logging out. So, anyways, and I'll give you the gist of how we ended up using my laptop. This is my laptop computer. So far for the year to date, we're still up $8,700 from the time we started in April 23rd of 2022. So for 2 years, little 29 months. In 29 months, we've made $26,541.90, and that's profit. So all that to say this, I can help you with money, but what I want to talk to you about is I believe there's some serious escalation going on. And if you combine that with our political instability in the United States, I think we are ripe for something like what they referred to earlier in the year is called a black swan event. All right? And I'm going to also show you the website. I'd like you to go today or sometime in the next couple days and take a look at so you can see it for yourself, so I don't look like some sort of knucklehead. All right, let me see if I can fast forward.
So long before things start getting out of hand. So again, weapons cache was destroyed, RPGs are destroyed, but if we're to weapons cache, however, I think this is a pretty big deal, and I want to make sure that I do the due diligence to talk about this.
Anyways, so zoom in on this. This is the gentleman's, and that's S2 Underground. That is his Intel update for today, the 28th. Rivers near and far. So what I skipped to is the Southwest edition, which he has up right now. And that's weapon cache found. That's the one that these two are the ones that are the most upsetting to me. Now I'm going to sidetrack you before I go back and finish that thought. When I was in the military, I was an EOD sergeant. That's an explosive ordnance disposal. If it from a nuclear weapon on down, I know how it works, and I know how to keep it from functioning as designed. That was my goal. I tried out 3 times for Delta Force, and I just wasn't good enough to get in. So what I then focused on was getting into what's called the SIED unit, which is a special improvised explosive device unit, which was stationed at Andrews Air Force Base while I was in the military. I made it into that unit, and we dealt with SIEDs, which are if you were going to build a dirty nuke, or you were going to try to bring a nuke in, or you were going to try to shoot down the president's plane, or you were going to try to do a mass casualty exercise using explosives or nuclear, biological, or chemical weapon systems, to include conventional weapon systems. I would be one of the guys on there. If you ever see the guys that are breaching a door or something like that, I was the last guy in line. I was on the team now, mind you, I was on the team, but I was the very last guy to go into the room. When they said all clear, then I'd get to I'd go do my thing. Anyways, doesn't matter. Um, it's very difficult in the way, and it's made to be. I don't like that at all. It's made to be very difficult to get a IED, build an IED, and make it function. I'm not going to talk about how to do it, but in order for me to be able to take something apart, I have to know how it works, which means I have to know how it's built. And that goes for nuclear weapons on down. I carried a CNWDI clearance, was critical nuclear weapons design information. I also had some SSBIs, SCIs, which are special background investigation, secret compartmentalized information. So I had all those clearances. I didn't have a Q clearance, and I didn't have eyes only clearance. So anyways, but I was pretty well up there, and I was plugged in. I was in great shape. So I have been surreptitiously encouraging you to get into good shape. I think something bad is going to happen, and I'm going to use the video here. The intel update for September 28th, rivers near and far from the S2 underground, and I'll put the link in the description, and I'll let you go through it yourself. My focus, which was the one I didn't, and if you didn't notice, on September 25th, which was 3 days ago, somebody built an IED, an improvised explosive device, threw it in a courtroom, and it functioned as designed, which means it went off. That is not the only thing like that has happened, and that is very rare for the United States. Now, I'm not telling you to go hide under your bed or go buy milk and flour and stuff like that, but you need, at a minimum, to start walking and getting yourself into physical shape so you can protect yourself and the people that you love. In Arizona, right across the border into Mexico, Arizona border area, they found a weapons cache. And before I finish that, I'll digress. If you didn't know, there was a guy, I think his name is Soleimani or something like that. He wore this big gaudy red ring that was a gift from the Iranian Khomeini or whoever's in charge of Iran. Well, we used a Switchblade missile to kill that man, assassinate that man in a car. And Iran has vowed to get Donald Trump because of that. In this weapon cache in Arizona, earlier this week, they found RPGs, rocket-propelled grenade, and if you don't know how a heat round works, it has a piezoelectrical crystal in the nose of it. That's a crystal that when it's stressed, crushed, put stress on, sends electrical current out. So that follows a little copper wire down a cone, and it hits a base detonating mezzanine Chardin Rameau effect, and it causes a high explosive anti-tank round, and that's what RPGs are made for, to defeat armor. They found RPGs in there, and they found explosives in there, weapons grade explosives in there. Now supposedly that's all been destroyed and all that, and the guy who does the S2 intel update can give you that. That's a very, very bad sign for the United States. I don't know if you know what a man-pad is, but a man-pad is a fire-and-forget rocket. It's not wire-guided. It locks onto its target, and it knocks it out of the air. It's a surface-to-air missile, a SAM missile. And they're saying there's a threat against Donald Trump's plane or, God forbid, a passenger airliner to start some crazy shit going on. So I think they're going to set us up, and one of the things I think they're going to try to do is try to pit us against each other, and it can be geopolitically, like saying that the Democrats are attacking Republicans or Republicans are attacking, and they'll use extremes, the Black Bloc, Antifa, and all those psychopaths on the left, as well as the far right, the fascists and the Nazis and the rest of that stuff on the far right. If things happen, and we do have an event where people start drawing lines, you have to be able to protect yourself. I'm not telling you to go out and buy milk and rice and beans and all that kind of stuff, because you should probably already have some of that, just in case shit hits the fan. There's an article also included in here where it says, report, Trump's private jet to be shot down in terrorist attack. The author's name is Elijah Schaefer. It was filed on September 27, 2024 at 4 p.m. That's also included in the Intel update. I believe that the people who hate our country, hate our way of life, know that if they whack Donald Trump, there's going to be serious friggin' problems in the United States. And because of the lackluster control of our southern border, if I'm not mistaken, there's over 150 known terrorists roaming around free in the United States. I'm going to tell you this, and I believe it is a good suggestion for you. You must get and keep yourself in good shape until all of this shit blows over. The only other thing I would tell you is you have to be able to defend yourself and the people that you love. I don't have a bug out plan. I'm sheltering in place, and if it gets that bad, then oh well, I guess I'm going down. But I don't think it will. Hopefully it won't. But I'm also going to be prepared. That's why I'm staying in good shape. I've dropped 15 pounds. Anyways, doesn't fucking matter. Want you to watch this S2 Intel update, S2 space underground. Now I'll put the link in the description. There's also a lot of things. There's called the fourth turning. We are in the fourth turning as we speak. I think we've been in a recession, and they've been lying to us, so people are hurting all over the place. And when people are struggling and frustrated, they tend to lash out. So I would rather see you prepared than unprepared. Now, I don't usually ask you to do something for me, but I would like you to please, if you want or have the time, please watch this YouTube video called Intel Update. It's 38 minutes and 22 seconds long. It goes over the regions in the United States. It's done by the S2 Underground. The link's in the description, and you judge for yourself what you want to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be prepared. And I'm one of those guys who's always over-prepared. I always have a full tank of gas. I have extra bottles of propane. Anyways, I'm just ready in case shit goes sideways, because, gentlemen, in real life, you can't call timeout. I love you guys. I want you to stay safe and healthy and take care of each other if you can. But if you can't, you have to take care of yourself, and that includes being able to defend yourself and the people that you love. All right? I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to be realistic with you. I'm not going to give you all the information, but I'd like you to look at it for yourself, okay? And this guy doesn't have anything to do with any of the networks. He's not trying to scare you. And I think it's an honest report. He also talks about the ghost net. And I'll leave that as it is. Love you guys. Like a fort in a G-string. West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. I'll title this something like Intel Update, Get Prepared, and the Drip Stock Review. Alright? Bye-bye.